Now, a lot of persons would see this video or encounter it and would ask, did you hear that? Or did you see that? Perhaps pointing to two of the three learning domains that we have. So that would be perhaps cognitive and psychomotor. However, I want to point your direction to the ultimate question. Did you feel that? While I'm not diminishing the value of the other two domains, but rather embellishing this wholesome experience of music creation and presentation. You see, a lot of times we as music educators are thrusted into heavy emphasis of cognitive, which is acquisition of knowledge, or your psychomotor, which is technical competencies, and all of these, which are great, but inadvertently we leave the most important aspect, the affective. How music makes you feel, how you make others feel. And ultimately, this is what really glues everything together. You see, creating this wholesome experience and holistic, and most of it, it's not intended to leave the part out, but because of our heavy schedule, a lack of time to facilitate. But might I suggest that in your teaching and learning experiences, you try to include the affective right throughout, so it is not an add-on. Include the affective, so you ask your students, or before even asking them, encourage them that the space is a very safe one. Ask them, how does this process make them feel? How are they able to relate to others in that? And you'll be surprised how the learning is much more accessible and how it is even more meaningful. You see, everything that we do in music, the affective domain plays a very critical role. And that's how we impact, how we feel. And it's also presenting a balance that's making all of this worthwhile, all of this experience worth undertaking. I really want to introduce you to the Music Action Company, a group that I formed, about 15 years now. Very talented group of educators, and this is one of the snippets of the arrangements I made for them. And it's so easy to work with young people whom you trust, and they trust themselves and trust the process, and they're able to engage themselves wholesome in music presentations like this. Then it becomes easier for our audience to enjoy and share in the musical aspects that are being offered in the space at the time. So I'm encouraging you, those who are music educators or even choir directors or choir directors in the making, create a culture with your students, allowing them to participate wholesomely. They should not be fearful to share how they're feeling or, immerse themselves in the music, but enjoy the experience, so that the experience of the audience can be even a bit more meaningful. And might I say amen to that? If you say amen to that, drop a comment down, drop a share, and encourage somebody. Be not afraid to share your emotions. Immerse yourself in music so that others can benefit from the joy. See you next time.